Oh, so great to see you too. Great to be present. All right. How are we feeling?
Awesome. How are you feeling?
Feeling really well.
Really tall.
Yeah.
I just got the really tall chair, the really tall guy.
So I just want to thank you for being present with us. It's always nice to talk on the phone and then to get to come into the physical with people. I want to start with you, Joseph. You are a phenomenal entrepreneur. He actually saw our website. So this guy does all sorts of website design, phenomenal things. He actually texted me and says, here, I redesigned your whole website. Sent me the whole redesign, sent it to Dale, sent it to Ryan. They loved it. We're putting it into action. So once again, thank you, Joseph, for this. And this is what I really am loving about where we're at with everything we're doing is we're realizing we can't do it alone. So all of you who want to come support this vision, then we're open and we are ready to receive it all. So share a little bit individually about yourselves and kind of about your business and what brought you here.
Oh, jeez. I think the simplest thing is to be able to say how I'm here. I ended up going to the main LA event in 2018. I was with Danelle Legato and the entire front row. We were buying all the charity things at the very beginning. So that was a really great experience. Met a lot of really great people. Got to be able to meet Buzz Aldrin because it was a really big thing for me because I'm going to be jumping from space later this year. I don't know if any of you have seen that article. So being able to actually shake his hand was actually kind of cool because I'd read about him all the time, and then actually being able to meet him was really a great experience for me. Met a lot of really great people, and that's kind of what was like, all right, I'll be able to go to this one, and I'm already going to the next one as well. Paid for my entire team to be able to go as well, and super excited to be able to go to that. And then as far as what I do, I have 7, soon to be 8 businesses. And I have 3 tech companies. I own Addicted to Success along with Joel Brown, which is one of the largest motivation websites on the internet. I also have 2 agencies, and I created a light that can be able to disinfect anything in about 15 seconds. And we're actually going to be working with the FAA in order to be able to get it in planes, in order to be able to help make it a lot safer for people, because it actually ended up, the flu alone ended up killing 80,000 people last year. And that's up 500% since 2012. And then the other business that I also own is we manufacture spacesuits, and we also ended up creating a device that can be able to basically take people up to 140,000 feet and back down to controlled ascent and descent. So for any of you that have ever gone scuba diving, it's very similar to the vest that you end up putting on, but we ended up basically doing it in the ballooning space of the aerospace industry. And I just got back from actually speaking at SpaceCom about it alongside the CEO of Virgin Galactic. And yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing, and then I'm jumping in this third quarter.
Cool, right? That's all cool, really cool stuff going on. Awesome, Joseph, phenomenal. Donna, darling.
Well, first of all, the energy in this room is huge, and I don't know if anyone else has noticed it, but the longer we're here, the higher the energy level comes up, and that is absolutely beautiful. So I've been to a lot of events, and sometimes the energy level comes down, right? And so it's nice to see the energy really come up and everybody love and support each other. So personally from me, thank you, because that is a beautiful thing. So my journey is, I was a housewife, and I got divorced in my 40s. I raised 3 children on my own. Had a lot of struggles, a little depression, 90 pounds weight gain, found out I had an aneurysm that had to be operated on, and the day I went in for my first brain surgery, I also found out I had MS. So kind of hit me square in the butt, if you will. And what I realized 3 brain surgeries later, not being able to speak after the 3rd one really clear for almost 2 years. It was just a lot of trauma for my brain. Going through everything by myself was really difficult. So what I found, especially for women, is in our 40s and 50s and above, is usually when we get divorced. It's usually when life hits us square in the face, right? And we lose ourselves, and we lose our energy. We lose who we are because we are so busy being a mom and taking care of the kids and the house that I forgot who Donna was. I forgot that I was a woman long before my children were there because they came first. In actuality, I have to be first to be a good mom. So I created a business called High Energy Performance Coaching, and I help people identify where their energy vampires are, because we all have them. And if you can't identify it, it's going to screw up your whole life. And in that, I also help you with your nutrition, your exercise, and help you balance you. Because weight is a number as long as it's a good number. And by that, I mean that you're in a healthy space. We're all built different. So we shouldn't have to be, that Barbie perfect, right? I don't want to look like my 21-year-old daughter, but I still want to rock my black bikini in the summertime at 54.
Yes.
So that's a little bit about who I am.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you so much. And thank you for being here today and being present with us with all that you're going through. So thank you.
you.
Yes, absolutely. Colleen, darling.
Yes.
Hello.
Oh my goodness. Woo! The energy in this room, everybody, is like, oh my goodness. It's like one thing after the other, like Ryan said, church. So it's like, oh my goodness. It's like Thursday. What day are we on? Yeah. So anyway, I just want to say thank you both so much for this beautiful event. It's really such an honor to be here, and I've met several of you maybe online or in different places. I travel all over the world, so we never know where I'm really going to be, but it's so beautiful. And my story really started out as I had cancer at 14, and it wasn't really the cancer that ever was the issue or the problem. There was actually a moment in time when I was playing with the play cubes in the hospital, and with another little girl, and her dad screamed at her mom. And what he said to her is, he said, the only reason we're in this position to not pay for our daughter's treatment is because you're a stay-at-home mom. And I didn't know, but at 14 years old, this imprinted in my mind that you need to have money to have love, and you need to have money to not die. And I went on this very, very long journey. And I'm only 25, so it's not like forever, but it seemed like a long time. And I went to Michigan State, got a college degree, always had internships from a very young age, making money. And I graduated basically a six-figure job at 21 years old, $23 billion company, sales engineer. I'm like, I'm gonna make all the difference for women right now doing this. And I grew the territories, 0 to $1 million in 8 months, and 5 million to 8 million in 8 months. And I lived in Arizona, Texas, and Maryland. And it was then my dream, a big, big dream, to live international. And they told me I had to wait till I was 28. And I was not willing to compromise my dreams for 5 years of my time. And I remember I was in an emotionally abusive situation. I was drinking all the time, had the life of my dreams, 6 figures, 22. And I applied for a visa to go move to New Zealand. Got it within 24 hours. And I saved my money for 3 months, had anxiety every single day, full on, left my job and moved across the world. With my 2 suitcases, as I gave to charity, my 28 trash bags of all my nice clothes away. And I show up. Here's my dream. I'm ready, world. I'm so committed for love. I'm so committed to dreams. I'm so committed to making this work. And I manifested a job with a $400 million company in 4 weeks of being there. From that time, I was covering Australia, New Zealand, Japan, Korea, and Taiwan. And I sat there and I was like, hang on a minute. I'm far too powerful right now to not be traveling on my dime, impacting the world how I desire, and again was in a male-dominated industry. I was 1 out of 30 men. And I was like, this cannot be my life. This is not going to be my life. I'm not going to be this masculine woman who can't feel emotions, who can't do things. Screw this, even though I'm a master at making money. And I was like, okay, what can I do here? What can I do? Entrepreneur retreat in Fiji. All New Zealanders. I was like, okay, I'm American, can I go? No response, booked my ticket anyway. And I show up there. And I remember in that moment, it was the first time I was around multimillionaires, they owned the money. And I was like, whoa. I'm just talking about I want to spread some love. I'm trying to help some people follow their dreams. We're talking about people over here multi-millions, this is not working. And it was all the self-talk. So I go over to take a picture of the sunset. And how it happened is my camera captured a heart around the sun that I still have to this day. And that was the sign that I needed, that I was gonna make this work. So January 2018, I left my corporate job with $5,000 in my bank account. I said, I'm gonna travel the world and start an online business and help people follow their dreams. And that's exactly what I did. But I started at that point as well, realizing it wasn't enough, just this coaching thing wasn't enough. I wasn't inspired enough. I was like, there's gotta be more. I'm not inspired enough by just helping people. There's 80% of the world living in poverty. There's 5 countries spending $1 trillion on military defense. There's developing and third world countries that are not able to get out of what they should because of the World Bank and the UN. And I was like, I will not stand for this. I'm gonna tell people teach people how to make money on their own and then apply and do their own grants. So we don't need the UN, we don't need the World Bank, we don't need to apply to anything. We can do it ourselves and create the policies and systems in place to do this, because I passionately care about that. And I look at all the little girls, the refugees, the things that I went through, and I'll always make sure that I stand for every person to create the magical business that's totally illogical, so we will heal this world with love.
Yes. Neil.
That was deep. I guess I'm done here.
Wise, what a wise man you are. Very, very wise. Please share a little bit about your business. You're doing phenomenal stuff, Neil.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, that's the spirit. So, you know, universe will find you, and that's what happened. Michelle, out of nowhere, reached out to me on Facebook, not knowing anything about me, and said, I need you to be here. And I was like, why? And we talked briefly, and I said, okay, I'll be here. So when I walked in this afternoon, I was thinking it will be all business, tech, entrepreneurship, you know, launching business.
He didn't know me.
I didn't know her. And so over the past couple of hours, the energy has shifted. So along with everything I do, I'm a big believer of spirituality, yoga, traveling the world, so I can connect with each and every one of you, what you have done so far. A little bit about me. I'm an immigrant here from India, came here to pursue my graduate education at Arizona State University in biomedical informatics with an objective of improve people's life. And so when I was going through my college, I saw a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of my fellow colleagues will come up with great concepts, great academic ideas, and will submit for dissertation to graduate at the university, but then it will not go anywhere. They will end up taking a job at big MNCs and PayPal, Google, and Facebook, and all of their creativity, all of the things that they learned in healthcare, biomedical, and biotech will be just buried in the academic institution in the form of a book. And I was like, this has to change. Why people are spending so much time going to the college if they are not able to pursue what they really want to. And so at that time I decided that I want to do something different. And guess what? The day when I decided, the next day I got an offer from Mayo Clinic for a full-time salary, 401k. I was 24 and I was like, wow, this is great. And I had a dabble moment, whether should I do what I want to do, or should I just take a job, you know, get married, have kids, and life is all good. And I decided, no, I'll listen to what really I want to do rather than what the world wants me to do. And so I was looking for different concepts and business ideas and came across one of a really good algorithm in the school, and that was built by this individual whose mission was to improve patients' life by understanding complex and difficult conditions, anywhere from epilepsy, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and others. And at that time I thought that, you know, it will require millions of dollars in funding. Where can we get that? So on and so forth. And at every moment of the day, we were thinking whether this will work or not. But we teamed up together, we applied to various incubators here in town and in LA. And we got in, we started getting funding from other people and other nonprofits and foundations. And that was a moment where it was clear that we are destined to do this. long story short, we built a team, got office space, launched the first product, proved at Mayo Clinic last year, and we are on a mission to improve and empower people's life through a diagnostic application, which is used in various clinics and hospitals here in the Valley and soon to be nationwide. And I thought that was cool. We got it, we are done, now we are successful entrepreneurs. And guess what? A lot of people and colleagues started coming to me and said, Neil, how were you able to launch this business with an objective of being socially conscious and ethically driven while making money? That is fascinating. And I said, yes, that's the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing. And so we started another business. It's an agency, just like Joseph. I'm inspired to do multiple things. And even before that, now I'm involved in like 4 businesses, 3 nonprofits, 2 different committees, and so on and so forth. And so eventually, aligning with what's going on here, and I'm pretty sure that all of us believe in doing something what, our internal kind of the calling is telling us to do. So keep doing it, keep at it, and all the best.
Neil, fantastic to have you. You're an entrepreneur. You're a powerful entrepreneur. How do you see entrepreneurship to help expand us into this new world of freedom? What do you see happening soon?
Sure. So entrepreneurship is a pretty broad word where people can connect and decipher the way they want. Entrepreneurs can be a single person, a solo entrepreneur who is doing something on their own, just launching an online business, doing ClickFunnels and launching it and selling the courses or selling coaching programs, all the way to building a business where the objective is to do something which is meaningful. So there is also a new thing which is coming up in the market. It's called B Corp, Benefit Corporation, where you are not just aligning your stakeholders' incentive to just be focused on the bottom line. That is how much money you're making at the end of each month, how many sales you are having. So for example, when we raise capital for any of our businesses, I always tell my investor that you will lose the money, you will never see the money back, and are you okay with that? And I make them sign on the paper, but I know I'm going to make them filthy rich at the end of the day, but I don't want them to have any expectation that they are investing, just like a stock market, that they will make the money overnight. And what we do is, all of my sales team, all of my team members, we are very focused on actually providing services and solutions to people who have the need and the people who are the right fit. So for example, there was this amazing lady who wanted to build an app because her son has a complex form of ALS, and it's only 1 in 10,000 kids who have throughout the planet. And I said, yes, we can build your app, we can launch a website, but are you doing this because you want to create awareness, or are you doing this in the hope of making money? Because if you're focused on creating awareness, we are all in. But if you're focused on making money, it might not be a good fit, because you will be giving us a check, we'll launch it, but there is not enough market. And so that was a calculative decision, where you are walking a fine line between selling and making money for your business and for your team so that you can do payroll, or making sure that the client or the customer who is coming and knocking at your door has a really solid, clear, unbiased guidance as to where they want to go next. So that's where the new entrepreneurship is going into the place where we are more focused on providing value to the community rather than just thinking about what's in the bottom line.
Absolutely amazing, perfectly stated. And also, yes, entrepreneurship as well. Some people are going to be the visionaries, and then some people are going to be your support team. So remember that we're all here to support and lift each other up on the journey. So fantastic answer. Colleen, share with us a little bit about Global Citizen University, your most recently launched campaign.
Yes. I love this. So to me, I really take a powerful stand for the evolution of humanity and what that means on planet Earth right now. As most of us sitting in this room have had very good, compared to the world, social and economic standing. And the more that I've really dug into my master's, which kind of seems funny as I'm academic and entrepreneur, I've really felt this strong tie of what is social entrepreneurship and what is policy or what is social movements, and how do those play together? How do those really get to reshape and design this world? And what does that mean? What does that feel like? And so what I really created is this university that just launched a couple months ago, where I've really broken down into 4 things that I see are very, very important if you're really here to transform the world with love, if you're really here to design the world from your story. And the first part I saw was freedom. What is freedom? Every single one of us have a different idea of freedom, and that's totally okay. Some people want to live on a beach and be a massage. I have a woman who does massages in Fiji at this resort that I still talk to on Facebook, but she's okay with that. She wants to be that, and that's freedom for her. How beautiful it is that we live in a world that exists. So what is that for you? What is freedom? The second part I see is really, really important in this new world or global citizenship or entrepreneurship is policy. Most people think that economic growth happens from political influence, when it's actually social injustices and social movements that actually create the economic and political things that we desire, growth. And it's really getting into how can you do that in your life in every single day, every single way of who you naturally be in your essence. And the third thing I've really learned that's really important no matter where you're at is purposeful contribution. What does that feel like to you? What does that mean for you? I really don't believe we're living in a world of problem solution anymore. I believe we're living in a world of opportunity solution. And those are the shifts that get to happen for you to really impact this world, whatever that means to you. I also really believe the last thing is conscious citizenship. We are all already citizens of this world, whether you realize it or not. There's data that's being used on our phone right now for civil wars that are going on. And I'm letting you know right now, that's fine if you want to choose to be unaware, but everything you do has an impact on this planet. So choose what you love, choose what excites you, choose what you're passionate about, because truly this movement of love is getting deeper and deeper and deeper. And if you do choose to not go with it, that's okay, but the financial goal, the freedom, whatever that you're desiring, is going to step further and further and further away from you. Thank you.
Affirmed. Yes. Beautifully stated. Donna, entrepreneurship for you.
For me, it's literally changing a life. Okay, so it's being able to help another woman and or a man, but primarily for me, women, not have to go on that journey alone. But even more so is if I can help them redefine their energy space and teach their children. I see so many things that I honestly wish I'd done with my children. But you know what? I didn't know. I just didn't know because of how I grew up from my parents' time. And my dad was a pretty tough taskmaster. He's my best friend, but he was pretty tough. And I didn't know. And I would like to make that energy shift and that health shift easier for parents and easier for their children, and it become really filled with harmony and love and not fight and flight, because we have way too much of that with our youth. So if I can reteach one person and they can share that with their children, that's entrepreneurship.
Perfect. Thank you. Joseph. I want you to take just a quick second and share a little bit more. You said that you're jumping out of space, and I'm pretty sure everyone in the room heard that. Share a little bit about jumping out of space and what that means.
So long story short, I had created a device that could take people up to 140,000 feet. I spoke at SpaceCom a couple weeks ago, and I walked into the room and everybody was basically about twice my age. It was really fascinating to be able to see, and for those of you that are maybe on the younger side, or maybe you're going into a market where maybe you look completely different, maybe you are a completely different age, or you come from the most improbable background, there is somewhat of a bias a little bit in that industry. So in order to be able to break out into that space, I decided, okay, what is the biggest way I can be able to establish credibility in this space? And it was to be able to actually be the guinea pig for my own project. So I'm going to be actually using my actual device to be able to go up to 140,000 feet. We already manufacture spacesuits. We actually spoke at SpaceCom about the 3 solutions that we ended up doing for the actual spacesuits that we manufactured. One, making it safer for female astronauts to actually go into space to be able to prevent UTIs and other forms of infection, especially when breathing out and respiratory illnesses that ended up developing because there is a decrease in basically your immune system in microgravity and zero gravity. So the whole reason why I'm doing the jump is initially to be able to gain awareness, to be able to get a stage, also attract investors, and also be able to showcase the technology that we have, and also be able to break into the market that we're going to be soon to start offering the ability to be able to take people up to near space.
Amazing. All I'm thinking right now is, can I wear a spacesuit on the red carpet? Like, that's all I'm thinking. Can I get this in a dress? Amazing panel. Thank you guys so much for being here with us and joining us today. Fantastic. Great. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming. Thank you. Amazing. Thank you. Fantastic. Okay. Thank you, darling. Okay, is Brian still here?